Good day and good evening, and welcome back to a Minstrel Live with me, Chaiji, and you can just call me Kai. Sorry for the mistake with the Twitch title again. It's very difficult to remember, as you can imagine. This is not the first time this has happened, but thanks to a reminder, I got it right eventually. Now that said, hey Taldabab, hey Alfie, hey Shotokai, hey Seros, hey Genmonica, hey Fronatos, hey K to the A to the J, Kai. Hey Bubumet, hey Naomi, hey Sylvia, hey Snowshiro, hey Vespi, hey Poco, hey Lana, hey Tubby, hey Liam, hey Humble Student, and hey Redmaster. Hope you're all doing very well. Now, and hey Liluth, hope you're doing well as well. Now, as usual, we'll be doing like 10 or so mental roulettes, maybe more, depending on how quickly we get through those. I'm not actually sure. I'm feeling like tanking again. I feel like that went really well. Either tanking or healing, I feel like, seems pretty effective to get a lot of weird stuff in. But I don't know. Thoughts, anyone? I'll say Swim Nerd. Hope you're doing well. And hey Foxen, hope you're doing well as well. No Bogman will be spared this time. Well, we'll see. Alternate tank healing and tanking. We could do that. We could do that. I feel like I've gotten into a bit of a rhythm of stick to one job for a bit. So maybe we'll do one half tanking and one half healing, and then once we've done a certain number, we'll just alternate then. If we get a lot of roulettes. It makes it more like, you know, like it kind of gives more time to like talk about the one thing instead of just swapping back and forth all the time. Yeah, let me just yoink my potions then. A really random thing that I just remembered. It was quite a while ago. Back when I made I made a video a while back, basically showing off the most effective way to optimize yourself for mental roulette. Like, for instance, carrying various potions because they scale weirdly. Having optimal buff food for specific level syncs and like extreme things like that. Or for tanks, specifically having a heavy tenacity build and things like that. A funny thing, a funny comment that I got a few times on that video, which was absolutely ludicrous, hopefully you'll agree with me on that, was some people saying, no, you can't optimize like that, because then the players that you're helping, will get used to your power level, and then they won't be able to handle it when they don't have someone doing what you're doing, and that'll cause all sorts of chaos. Or alternatively, that no, you can't optimize that. You're supposed to be like just like an average player in mental roulette. So I'm sitting there like, I thought the problem with mentors was that they were all bad or something, and that was the meme. Wasn't that the meme? Are you saying that mentors are not allowed to try hard? What? What's going on here? Like, no, you're not allowed to give yourself a better chance of doing well. No, you have to choose to be bad so that you can match the stereotype. Huh? I'll say Necrofits and Ritsu and Gazel, hope you're doing well. The Stormblood and Endwalker potions aren't the Stormblood and Endwalker potions now redundant? Pilgrim's Traverse potions have the same percentage, but higher max. Let's see here. Yeah, technically they are. There's one neat trick to it, though, Taldemar, is that if your max HP is, you know, below... If 25% of your max HP is below 3,600, but above the threshold where this would be better, then Super Potion and Hyper Potion are equal. There's just the small little difference that the Super Potion is more specifically useful, so if you want to save a little bit on costs, you could use the Super Potion in that scenario. And the same applies for the Hyper Potion up to the Ultra Potion. So, in a way, yes, the Super Potion and Hyper Potions are essentially pointless to lug around because they are, like, literally straight up inferior to the Ultra Potion in actual performance. But if you have the current, like if you have them, then they're not all bad. Say Sackboy and Milo, hope you're doing well. Exactly, the problem with the no, you can't optimize because then players will get used to your quality or whatever. I don't know. It's like, yeah, but there will be players that are actually worse and players that are actually better than you anyway. And you as a player queuing into a random duty will just have to accept the fact that players are going to be different. Like, I'm just saying, it's not common. It's like an uncommon thing that I have seen stories of, particularly white mages usually. There is an explanation for why, but typically white mages that land in something like Porta Decumana, and the tank eventually dies, despite all their attempts to stay alive. The tank eventually dies. Explanation, the healer wasn't healing. At all. At least not the tank. With the justification that, well, I've been here before where the tank didn't need my healing. And it's possible the reason was that the tank was just like chugging these, just nom 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 nom, to make it so that the healer didn't have to heal. Or that white mage didn't remember that last time they were there, they were playing Scholar or Sage. So like really confused as to why they need GZD heals as a white mage. And that's the explanation also, is that if you're a Scholar or Sage, you probably don't need to use any GZD heals for the most part. Astrologians maybe also this could get away with no GZD heals, but white mage probably not. And that's the same deal. Is like the problem is the player assuming that because they had one really good experience, they can assume everyone will give them that experience. Like that's just not how the world works. I'll say Bronto, hope you're doing well. Now, I will queue into Mentor Roulette when the timer up there says 07. Name settings all good? Yeah, they should be in order. It's just I don't hide the friends' names. Boom. Bam. Essentially, if you assume that because you had a really good group where you didn't have to do very much on your part, therefore every group can do that, then, like, you have a problem. Oh boy! Hey Z's, hope you're doing well. Speaking of Porta Decumana, yeah. So my game plan here is if no tactics discussion is requested, I don't know if the tank knows that there's a tank switch, and I will just let them do it first. Oh, well, that's how we'll do it then. I will simply let them tank first. I will just taunt when I think it's time. Whee! Good, you will run home. Boom. I don't want to scare them if they actually know what the problem is. So I'll take it on 3. Uh-oh. Oh. I'm going to do some Giga Brain here just to be safe. The Giga Brain is I'm going to try to stay within range of the other tanks such that I can shirk them if it ends up being relevant. Oh, they just took over themselves. That also works for me. They know. Suddenly it's a lot easier. I just couldn't possibly know if they knew without making this whole test. Very nice. Da 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 da. Ta-da! I will not be able to do that again, I don't think. Depending on whether Rampart is available in time, I might be able to remote. Hallowed Ground doesn't work. Those explosions go through invuln. Yeah. Really? I was the only one eating orbs there, yeah. That was a sad wipe. And that's true, Vespi, but I'm mostly disappointed because I made it so easy. I took care of every orb except for one set. And it wasn't dealt with. It was just one. It's fine. I have an idea. I have an idea. Hey, Bob and Vibes. Hope you're doing well. My genius plan is that I'll use Rampart and Sheltron for the second wave to help with as many orbs as I can. That is my master plan. And then I'll use Sentinel for the last one. Never mind. I didn't quite position myself as smartly as I maybe should have, but people helped. We have some fearless DPS, so that's good. I didn't explain that we actually needed, you know, to like pair up for it. I think I saw my co-tank was almost going to die. That is why I suddenly took over. You got it this time. Hey. Very nice. Hey, Flems. Hope you're doing well. I mean, Gazel, a tank can at least soak one orb straight with their face. Like, no problem. It's more if you need to take multiple that it can become a problem. You could put this on normal trials. Relative to other level 50 trials, absolutely not. Relative to, like, max level trials, maybe. But it is at the wrong level to justify putting it there. Right. I will queue when it says 41. Put it in trials, Roulette, but you do it at level 100, or... What's the current fractional amount you're through to the mount? Or... I don't know, I usually calculate it when I'm making the videos. I do believe we are over 5/8. Indeed, Liam, and the normal version, there's only the first wave of orbs, and they're really far apart. Hey, Tung, hope you're doing well. And same to you, Regal Star. Run into orbs is a lot easier to understand and execute than, say, Absolute Authority. Well, the difference is that Absolute Authority is you mess up, you die. Orbs is you mess up, everyone dies. That's what makes it not a normal trial mechanic. Apparently no one needs tanks anymore. Alexander as a DPS? With the current pace we're going at, I could estimate that there's probably somewhere between 60 and 80 more Roulette episodes before we finish the achievement. Unless something crazy happens. Oh my. Ghimlyt Dark. There's an awkward level range for Paladin. Oh boy, single target Holy Spirit spam. Fun. Hey gamer, hope you're doing well. Oh right, we have intervene at this level. Good thing that I was pulling that with big enmity ranged combos, because someone was going to town on one of those ads. It's going completely crazy. Was Collective unconscious once a white mage skill too? No. Long story short, Posiomika, the Heavensward jobs never shared any of their stuff with the starting ones. The whole cross-class thing was only the starting classes sharing. Anything after that was just yoinking off of it. Not like rogue class cross-class actions were only available to other classes. No jobs could use them. It's really, really weird. No, White Mage never had collective unconscious. Are you asking because of how Y'shtola uses it? Yeah, I think they just decided, hey, we could give players this too. They already animated it. Oh, whoops. Fire! Emerald weapon and trial Roulette. That sounds pretty fun. And then the other way. Boink. 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 Bonk. I was initially wondering if I should just use Hallowed Ground for this, but then I saw how, like, they didn't do that much damage, and I was like, well, I'll just use a normal cooldown. It's probably fine. Do you use your overcapped poetics on? I usually use them for Heaven's Ward relic weapon materials. I have a pretty large pile of them at this point. I'm just gradually working my way up to essentially have all the materials I need to make all of them. I was wondering if it was a little bit wasteful to go with the whole burst there, but there was a bunch of single targeting to do. That was probably fine. And I forgot Intervene again. Viper's level 60 AoE does more damage than Aslogian's single target at level 60. That's crazy. That's insane. Freezing missile. But it doesn't surprise me because when they buffed the AoE damage, like a filler AoE in Dawntrail before, they've generally just gone, should we do anything about like low-level version? Nah. Smash cut to Paladin's prominence doing 220 potency when you get it. Sure, why not? It would be funny.
You underestimate me.
Do I? Okay. Sorry. I didn't even know I estimated you, buddy. You underestimate me. I didn't estimate you at all, man. I don't even know who you are. I do know who he is. It's just something funny to run past. You underestimate me. Eh? It's funny because Paladin feels bad at that level because no spells. It's gonna have the damage to compensate, I suppose. It's really funny. It's really funny. Because it's so much damage. Like, it's enough to be like I said in the past, that Paladin is kinda awkward in dungeons in that level range. Like, Paladin's Sheltron and being able to block is very good. But it's lacking some things all the other tanks have in that level, which makes it a little awkward. But with Prominence, it has something that the other tanks would also like to have. Not that they don't have AoE damage, but Paladin has AoE damage. Hey Tenchi, hope you're doing well, and I hope semester end went well. And thank you so much for the super chat. Boink. And another one. Aviak, hope you're doing well. Self-detonate. You know, you should have invested in someone else detonate. That would have been smart. Whee! That's what these did. How many guild hats have you gotten today? This is the second duty. The first one was an extreme. Uh-oh. There sure are a lot of mechanics that they really insist on resolving here, huh? Hey Cole, hope you're doing well. Oh. Wow. I hope that wasn't me doing something weird. The Viper was just straight back into the action. Who needs resin Vuln, guys? Why resin Vuln when you could have damage? Hey Evis, hope you're doing well. Man, these guys take a long time to get around to it. I will stand here. Oh man, you made my combo timeout. What am I to do now? Are you not entertained? Hey cat. Hope you're doing well. Enraged warning. Hey Neko. Hope you're doing well as well. Whoop. Demo M10. I will queue when it says 42. Wow. These guys don't even cover or anything. They just do, they fight you one at a time and that's it. Four-man duty. It's four-man duty time. With Agent Monica. And Ilana. Okay. And Mip knows me too. So we actually nailed it. We got the and Vespi, that's true. That's we have the full community squad. Fantastic. We did it, guys. This is an extreme, yes. The 8-man version is normal. That is indeed the Monster Hunter collab from Stormblood. Blah. Hey Uber Penguin and Deadman, hope you're doing well. It looks like we had the same idea there. I don't know if it was deliberate or what, but did you notice how the down gauge completely stopped when we had two people stunned? No one was attacking Rathalos with any ability that could actually affect the gauge because we wanted our DPS ready. It's really nice. Kill! Kill! Nice. Very nice. Ridmaster says, if you cover the person getting the stack marker, does the puddle still drop at the marker location? I do believe that that would still land at the marker location. However, you would take the damage. Because the thing is, you're not redirecting the stack marker, you're redirecting the damage from the stack marker. Well, that was really funny. Right, I'll queue when it says 04. That may be Agent Monica, but you did not die. Du-du-du-du-du-du. The key is that specifically for Rathalos Extreme, if you see 3 deaths in the fight, just 3, doesn't matter who, then you immediately wipe. Just like that, it just cuts to, like, fades to black, you lose. But you can just rest immediately. Like, you can just, you know, use the respawn button and get back up each time. So not dying is really important. Animal says, I queued like 5 seconds after Kai went in and got M12. Bruh. I wanted that. I call shenanigans. I call shenanigans. Imagine getting high level content. Wouldn't that be crazy? In a world where in Men's Roulette you actually get newer content. really regal style. I feel like it kind of depends, but I think I would rank M12 as the hardest of the 4. It's just hard for different reasons, if that makes sense. I couldn't quite see if that was the one, but that I do believe was indeed the stack. I felt M10 was the easiest. I thought several times of taunting, but I felt like we were fine. As long as I helped. And it did seem like that was the case. I'll just do this. That way I'll take the hit while that debuff runs out. There you go. Oh yeah, I see it now, Ceros. I think the reason why I completely forgot that that exists is because it, as you saw, didn't really do anything. I agree with that ranking, Snowshiro. That's about how I felt it too. Splat. I just realized the 3 vuln stacks, or like physical vuln stacks, like, that's maybe not super reasonable. Is it just me, or is our damage a little low? I base this observation on the fact that I feel like we saw a lot of things on the laser hand guy. Dash minus our damage a little low for people like that. Oh no, what I meant was we saw that mechanic because our damage is a little low. I believe when I did the new raid on day 1, of course. I believe we wiped once or twice on M9, 0 on M10, and I believe also 0 on M11. And then we wiped twice to M12, super early as well. And I have been put in a situation, I believe, where we needed limit break on on M12, also on M11 actually, but just the combined things that happen makes me rank it like that. But it is a little difficult. I've talked about this in my hardest dungeon bosses video and my hardest trials video, that when things are, you know, generally not that hard, like relatively speaking, it can sometimes require you to like think more of the possibility of difficulty to determine whether something is actually hard or not. Because like all 4 bosses are like, oh, that one is really hard. We wiped twice to it, guys. Wow. That's quite something. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure we wiped twice M12. Oh well. I will queue when it says 56. Twice? Dang, that's more than once, right, Cat? Exactly. Wow. That's a whole 2 times. It's crazy. That must be a hard duty. Where do we go next? Ooh, Aishiesco. It's been a while since I've gotten this one.
All seems in order with the lens, and I trust you can hear me. Those things are pure malcontent, the residue of lives unfulfilled.
The reason why this pack is taken on its own is because there's a wall. I know there's a little bit of a run to it, but yeah, it's just easier to just deal with it where we stand, I think. Whoa. Whoa. I'm mostly highlighting it because I could imagine some people would be like, why did you just fight that pack there? That's weird. Not realizing that there's a wall. And if I didn't even get close to the wall, then like if you don't remember this dungeon super well, then you have no chance of remembering that bit. Oh, we have a white mage. It's the Slobby Man! Everybody do the slob. Hey. Cannon says, I want to see you play the 1 minute rotation gunbreaker. I think it's fun to play. I played it last week in Mental Roulette. And I also played it for the whole release day of the patch. So that you have the opportunity to. Most certainly. I'll probably also play it more eventually. Don't you worry. I'll say Ansan Kylan. Hope you're doing well. Seems like that was pretty worth to put intervention on them. Our white mage has a job cut out for them. Do you see that? Yummy, yummy Voln snacks. Oh, man. Oh boy.
Follow the flow of ether. It will guide you.
The man says today got eaten Shiva. We wiped 3 times before we managed to clear.
The ether
No,
is
surprisingly,
too dense.
nobody left.
I'm
What did you
losing
wipe to? Is what I'm wondering. Like, not to say that there aren't multiple things it could be, but it's more like... That's a lot of wipes. Armageddon! Oh. Red Mage borrows Sephiroth's sword for manification. These DPS. These whippersnappers. No respect. Perfectly stepped out so they wouldn't get the buff. You're just holding damage to build gauge. I imagine. Tartarian impact! Splat! This is the new tank, right? I recall, like, pre-Dawntrail, that there was, like... I think it was, like, an interview or something, where they explained, quite honestly, that they had tried to come up with a 2 shields wielding tank. And supposedly the problem is that each time, like, the moment they have to come up with a rotation for it is where, like, they are out of ideas. Like, defensive's no problem, but it's like, what's their attack rotation? I'm just saying, you have a pretty good starter. Like, I'm pretty sure that the only thing that will happen if you give him a 1-2-3 combo to begin with, that people will be like, as usual. But it would work. And then just start with that. There you go. You can have this for free. Was Cape Westwind still in the game in 6.0? I can't remember. I think it was changed during Endwalker. But I mean, Cape Westwind was made into a solo duty. So at least it's still there. That went a lot better than Live. How about a 1-2-3 combo that leads into another 1-2-3 combo, which you can kind of interweave with one another? Yeah. And then on top of that, you have like an extra button you can use, and that one had like does less damage than the end of the second 1-2-3 combo, but does like more damage than the other thing. So like it's kind of good. And for your 1 minute burst, because obviously you have a 1 minute burst, you just do more damage. You just do more damage. And like as you level up, you get like a more and more explosive additional 1-2-3 combo of some sort that has an AoE component. Now see, the funny part is you might not be sure if I'm talking about Gunbreaker or Paladin here. The thing is, when I think of dual shields, Ritsu, in the context of Final Fantasy XIV, is I'm thinking gun shields. Mr. Ritterton from Cape Westwind used 2 gun shields. And Memoria Misera is Gunblade plus gun shield. They could do that too. But yeah, I do understand that like just 2 shields as is maybe a little bit meh and doesn't leave that many options. Hey Zamil, hope you're doing well. I guess I should have metered out my defensives a little smarter.
Many faces have I worn, but this is my favorite by far.
That's a weird face. Oh yeah, that was a tank buster. Oh, it didn't punish me so hard, so that's at least something.
The stage is set.
The stage is set. I think he was aiming it at me, guys. Is that single target Dalton? I think that's single target Dalton.
Let the curtains rise for the main attraction!
I would say Paladin is ranged tank just as much as Red Mage is a melee mage. Which is to say, enough that you definitely notice, but it's definitely not like its primary function. Exactly, Tongue. Which is why I'm saying it doesn't quite fit as ranged tank to me. You could definitely have a significantly more ranged tank than Paladin. But when I thought gun shields, that's just an option, right? That's just on the list of options. It could just be, you know, gun shields in the same way that we have gun blades that just go kaboom in melee range. I'm just saying, if the problem is lack of ideas, then Yoshi P, you know where to find me. just let me know. Just call me. I will be very incredulous to start, very surprised, but I have ideas. Oh. Oh. Right. Let's do this. I'll be right back, and then we'll play some White Mage. Some White Mage. In the meantime, Manatee restored. Let the curtains rise for the main attraction. Hi, guys. The really funny story with Doton is that it has been made gradually worse over the years. I can't remember what its potency was before the Shadowbringers Mudra rework, but after the rework, Doton was a combined 900 potency. If it lasted its full duration and everything on the target. But that 900 potency was because it did 100 potency when you placed it, and then it ticked 8 times over 24 seconds. Meanwhile, at that time, Raiton did 800 potency, just flat 800, just and no Raijus, so that was it. And there was no Nozuchi, so that was it. What's important to take note of here is that Raiton takes like 2.5 seconds to use, because the Mudras take half a second and Raiton takes 1.5 seconds. Doton takes 3 seconds to use. So the question was, do you want 800 potency for 2.5 seconds or 900 potency for 3 seconds? And also, those 900 potency are not guaranteed because the enemy might just leave. But because it wasn't, you know, that it didn't say anywhere that it took 3 seconds, no one really took into account, or a lot of people at least didn't take into account that, well, they take half, 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 and then 1.5 to use Doton, and it takes half, half, and then 1.5 to use Raiton, so Raiton is faster. Which meant that there was a bit of an argument, because technically Doton could do more damage, right? There's also the part that Doton didn't quite fit into the burst window, right? But snapshotting and all that, complicated, and Doton is one of the weirdest examples of that. Doton hilariously being situated on a job whose damage buff, quote unquote, both of them, are debuffs on the target is really funny, because placed AoEs like Doton don't snapshot debuffs on the target. They snapshot buffs on yourself. So if ninjas Dokomori and or Kunai's Bane were buffs on the ninja, then Doton would benefit from the whole thing regardless of how long it lasted. But because it's a debuff, it only lasts as long as the debuffs last. And then they have since nerfed it so that now Doton does so much less damage in total that you need to miscalculate. Like, you have to add a whole extra tick to Doton, incorrectly, for it to almost beat Raiton straight. And it doesn't, obviously. And then I believe Raiton gets a potency boost, and it gets Raijus and all that. Like Raiton just gets all the goodness, and Doton gets Nozuchi. So, like, they really, really tried to tell the ninjas, stop using Doton on single target. The only thing that they didn't try was, I don't know, like, imagine if it just said, additional effect, wind damage over time, potency 30 every 3 seconds, just every 3s. And it just said that on all dots, just potency, the number as it is here, there's so much space there, and just every 3s. It's the same thing every time, but hey, the potency thing is also the same every time. What's the hurt? Just add it. It's that easy. Come on. Anyway, I will queue when it says 18. A Thalea pop. Good luck. And also, hey Billy and Sunbun, hope you're doing well. Oh, we did it, guys! If red mage is a melee of casters, is ninja then a caster of melees? Maybe? And Ilana got M9. I just can't land any of the new stuff, guys. What is this? And Snowshiro got Ramu Extreme? I feel like I got trolled. LQ says 46. Hey, Kraken Mo. Hope you're doing well. Oh. Ooh, Lunar Subterrane. You're trying to say Bachman isn't new? Do you think Bachman is new? Big white mage burst. If guys, if you thought Pictomancer at Dawntrail launch was annoying with their Giga Palm Muse just to get out the door, may I introduce you to white mages that start with a Flatus Misery. This couldn't possibly be a bad idea, could it? Hey Ian, hope you're doing well. You'll get it soon, Ian. That's the spirit. Hey, Dean. Hope you're doing well. So there are elves in the game. What? He looks a little different. Biblically accurate elf. Oh no. I mean, it ain't much, but the fact Plenary Indulgence also reduces damage taken makes it a lot easier for me to remember to use it frequently. Oh, damage is incoming. Well, Plenary Indulgence could work. Say Lotus. Hope you're doing well.
Already overrun.
Meow.
First the villages and now the capital. Nothing is exempt from their avarice.
Now the capital. This is also a pretty neat thing, is that what you can also use it for, because White Mage is when your last stun has happened, you can just click it to give the tank a little help. Just, you know, it doesn't cost anything.
They knew we were elsewhere. Cowards. I think not.
I had a feeling I had forgotten to change something from after doing a front line. It's been days. Felt wrong as I was tap targeting.
This one is dangerous. Have care, Golbez.
Have a chair, Golbez. I'll be over here in Narnia if you need me. Is the tank gonna die? I think they are. Yep.
That they command such terrible beasts bodes ill.
That got a little spooky.
Such destruction. If only we had returned sooner. I think not. I dare say we'll be faster if we split up.
Have a flare, Golbus. Okay. The tank taking the detour to pick up the unattackable enemy was pretty funny. Having gap close in that fight must be nice. Back in my day, we needed to crawl out of that sand. Yeah. Still is the case for some jobs.
So be it. I will fight you with all my strength. To fortify my blade.
Old magic? What's new magic? I don't know. I'm guessing old magic is something that like you like inherited from family or something. Don't you want some of this old magic?
Such savagery.
Boomer magic. New magic is like math rock.
You've weathered this before.
Exactly, Naomi.
See how you
Exactly.
fare now.
Ding. Turn.
Even so, I'll not be bested. Not this day.
But maybe that day. But not this day. I refuse to be bested.
Prepare yourself. It's over, my friend.
Boink. Hey Ross, hope you're doing well, and thank you. And I hope you're doing well as well, Zalma.
You've weathered this before. Let's see how you fare now.
Oh boy, it's the one where the center is the safe spot. Well, I think my party's damage was a little low. Just a little bit. Because usually that fight is over right when he does the circle AoE with the lines out. I'll queue when it says 54. Dance was stuck behind you in aggro. I will say that there are some weird level ranges and such where White Mage just does a lot of aggro. Like, they produce a surprising amount of enmity. Like, a combination of them doing pretty good personal damage, especially burst, and a lot of, like, you know, overhealing, for that matter. Which can sometimes lead to White Mage being ahead of Dancer. But you're right, that was a little weird. That it consistently was a problem. Based on what the warrior was doing, I have a feeling they also weren't doing super great. So Zorma saying, I quite enjoy ranged melee combo on Red Mage. I feel like the one thing it is missing is some sort of animation. Like some sort of unique animation for it. I'm willing to take like some sort of like laser beam attack when they use it like that. Like some sort of beam between you and the target. I would also take them just extending the rapier part of the weapon. Just like noodle style. Just... But the fact that there's not really anything makes it look a little weird. It doesn't look really out of place when you're fighting, you know, the classics. Like the wall, the wall bosses where like you're swinging your weapon like in the general direction of the enemy. Anyway, but it does look a little strange when you're like fighting a normal size enemy. Repulse gets a unique pew pew, but that's it. Oh. This man is doing the classic pull like a big dog, but not playing like a big dog. The Z you make in the air flies towards the target. Oh, okay. I had been told that there was straight up nothing. I'll admit that I didn't actually check. Boom. Oh, the ninja. Oh, never mind. For some reason, I thought they actually found out, like, managed to open with trick attack, but that's that there is just mug. I mean, they still remembered it. They'll probably just make range 25 without mana in 8.0. Well, don't take the dooming for granted. Like, take the disappointment when it actually happens instead of just, like, already taking it now. Because the thing is, if they don't do that, you'll have been mage ahead of time for nothing. And if they do that, you can just be mad at that point. Or disappointed at that point. But more importantly, no need to be dooming so far ahead of time that you might... It's possible, Z's. It's possible. My favorite Dark Knight Investigation, Heart Flash and Siphon Strike. The fact that they're doing 1-2s when there's like 3 targets is what makes me go... I don't think... the fact they also have... Like, I know you can glam whatever you want now, but looking at what I'm seeing here, I have a feeling that they'd be difficult to convince. So you just can't be bothered. I also agree with that, Cole, that I thought, oh, the 1-2-3 combo that Manification pays for is ranged. Yeah, okay, that kinda solves the particular problem. And then I learned that, no, it's actually 30 seconds, however many combos you can fit. And I was like, that's a little bit much. I can still see the justification, because by giving them this, you are, like, they can basically assume that, like, they can make range do whatever they want, and Red Mage will be fine during the 2-minute burst. They'll never be like, oh, but the melee combo. Because they'll be perfectly able to do it. Which, of course, ruins some optimization. Absolutely. But if they want Red Mage to be, you know, considered a ranged job, and they want the 2-minute burst to be the way that it is, they kind of have to give Red Mage something like that. Otherwise, they will just run into problems where Red Mage just isn't very viable for, once you don't need the race. But I do think 30 seconds is maybe a bit much, and it does indeed sound like, as you said, a sledgehammer to the problem. Like, 30 seconds maybe not needed. 20 or even 15 might have been just fine. Or something else entirely might be what was needed. The new Extreme would have been about as bad as M7. You might be right there. This man is pulling stuff while there's stuff on the loose that he needs to pick up. I'm trying my best to make him realize that. Now he got it. Did you guys see? The reason why I suddenly started piping up is because he pulled everything, sort of, but then had trouble picking stuff up because he was single targeting once he had pulled everything. Like, at that point, like, our team here has, like, the Red Mage can do some AoE damage, but it's a little jank at this level, I believe. The Ninja can't do anything. So you pulling all that is for you to AoE. Otherwise, what's the point? You better do it because, like, you're compensating for me having to spam heal you by doing AoE, so you better do it. Oh boy. Random tank limit break. That was the only defensive cooldown they used, if I saw correctly. How's that, Phil? Hope you're doing well. They weren't dying, so why use defensives? They weren't dying when they LB'd either. LQ when it says 41. And hey gamer fan, hope you're doing well. My guess on that one, Ritmaster, is that every major patch tends to draw in a lot of players that like come in as completely new players, or they come as like returning players just, you know, to do the MSQ or something like that. And then they hang out for a bit. Like there's usually a significant rise in players that do really, really weird things. Oh, again, Talamar's here. It changed it because it's using your @ sign now, Game of End. You can just go in and change it. Isn't that like the WoW mindset to not use stuff unless super necessary since big cooldown? Kind of, but in WoW you basically do the equivalent. You have like the equivalent of a super short cooldown you maintain all the time. Like, you don't use the big ones because they have several minutes of cooldown, but you're basically using the equivalent of like Bloodwetting on a 15-second cooldown. Well, maybe not Bloodwetting, but like Holy Sheltron is just maintained permanently and things like that. So it's not quite the same. That is not true, Sildrick. It's straight up just random that would be the case. It may be the case that the Warrior Dark Knight may be more inclined to ask to tank for various reasons, but you can do what you want. There's also something to be said that all 4 tanks are likely to see their health fluctuate a lot when you're actually tanking something that matters. I have a feeling our tank here will die. Oh, he is using potions at least. Sildrick, essentially, it is generally known that Paladin has some crazy mitigation stuff, but in the low levels where Paladin has Sheltron and the other tanks don't, all the other tanks have self-healing, and Paladin does not. Sure, Paladin, you know, has a shield as well, again, doesn't have any self-healing. As you get to higher levels, like a lot higher levels, the other tanks have gotten other stuff, like barriers and self-healing and other sorts of mitigation options, while Paladin, they have a shield, and they have also got mitigation options. The thing that makes Paladin seem particularly tanky at max level is that each tank has a 40% mitigation on a 2-minute cooldown that has, like, some additional thing. But the Paladin one, specifically, gives a huge barrier. So if you like feeling very sturdy, Paladin is probably a good choice. But all 4 tanks work, and it, like, if your target is, I want to not see my health fluctuate very much, bad news for you. The massive fluctuation of HP is a result of tanking a lot of damage. It's pretty much it. Like, if your HP is not fluctuating very much, it's because you're not tanking very much. That's also true. I mean, Gunbreaker's gotten some changes, but I do have a video on my YouTube channel that compares the 4 tanks in Dawntrail, and it should give you a rough idea of what you're choosing between. But genuinely, if there's some ability on one of them you think is cool, for instance, Paladin, if you think the shields are cool, play Paladin. Boom. That easy. But just choose the one you think looks coolest. All 4 are viable. All 4 are good. All 4 are great. Just choose the one you like. I will queue when it says 49. And apparently I'll use Presence of Mind. 1 minute replacement in Porta Decumana? Oh no. Meanwhile, I'm probably going into Great Hunt again. Lichard's here for Ifrit normal. Okay. Sure. Sure. Pretty much, Sildrick. There's, like, the points where there could be a difference are so small that, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it'll usually be some other factor that makes you want to choose something else. And that by which I mean, for instance, you might just feel that it's more fun to play a different tank, or the healer will have a different preference or something. But you really don't have to worry about, oh, I need to pick the one that is best for this specific thing, because they can all do it. I will queue when it says 34. We already did 10, by the way. Weird, right? In a world where you get challenging dungeons that take a little bit. It's the same warrior as before. The snowshoer is here. Oh, they didn't even get the dot because they didn't take damage. Nice. The funny thing about my concern about landing here again is because the warrior is not super consistent and not that great. I don't think he actually fully understands what needs to happen here, and now I didn't actually get us fully healed because I got distracted protecting the warrior from themselves. Oh. Well. Man! It's pretty often that I've seen this fire patch combo recently. Ah! I was sure I dodged in time. Yeah. He really hates the Black Mage. Rathalos casts Dragonfire 4. I'm saying Bark Shark. Hope you're doing well. And Bean. Boom. I feel like the main criticism of the Rathalos fight in Final Fantasy XIV is that they tried too hard to make it a Monster Hunter fight. The point where I feel like they went too far is where in Phase 2 you can't, like, the healer can't do anything. Like, not really. It, like, for the most part, the only reason the healer's there is to use a Shuna. That's the only job they have. Which I feel like they should have just not made it like that. They just shouldn't. That's where I think they went too far. The rest, I think, is like mostly manageable. In Stormblood, Scholar was the best healer for it because Eos would count for the stack. That's hilarious. So what you're telling me is that the Scholar would do it because they could just summon a meat shield? That's really funny. Go, Eos! You're here to heal. Yeah, let's call it that. Sure, yeah. Yeah, heal is what you're gonna do. Hmm? Definitely heal, yeah. Anyway, I'll be right back, and then I think we'll go back to some tanking again. In the meantime, Manatee restored. Alright, I'm back. Also, good point, Sunbun, that the thing that might have been overlooked also in trying to make it like a real Monster Hunter fight is like, okay, good, you gave us potions and made it required that we have to use them. Did you give us a dodge roll button? No? Okay. Did you give us the option to, I don't know, like, have stun resist? No? Okay. Like, there's a lot of things that they overlooked in pursuit of making sure that the core pieces, quote-unquote, core pieces of a Monster Hunter fight is there. Which means that that other things missing is a little stupid. Or they didn't prevent the healer from healing, but made such that people that take avoidable attacks get a stackable heal reduction debuff. I mean, that's a thing in 14. Occasion, it's not quite stackable, but let's just say that, like, for instance, Stone Vigil Heart, the final boss there gives you the, I think it's called Infirmary or something, debuff that makes you take less healing from healing magic. It's not perfect, because healing magic means that OGSDs heal for full anyways, but, you know. I believe Superation reduces max health and increases damage taken. I'm pretty sure it does not affect healing received. But Infirmity does that. Does the healing reduction. But the funny thing is that pretty much all of the healing reduction effects, either they reduce healing magic, which is important, is an important distinction, or they reduce all healing to 0. Superation reduces max health and increases damage taken, which is why it's like doubly scary, is because it usually does both. Anyway, let's do some Gunbreaker again. That's fun. I will queue when it says 26. Are you ready for a low-level dungeon where I don't get to do very much anyway? Hey Hero, what are you doing? Well, we've been swapping back and forth a bit. When 8-man duty. This could be great. And it's A4N. Meh. And with the Chaw here. Yeah, at least I have Gnashing Fang. That does add a lot. Oh, boy. Ouch. I had a feeling it was going to become untargetable. Here it comes! Discoid. I don't think I'm getting an additional No Mercy window, guys. Boop, 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 boink, 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 boink. I will queue when it says 03. Better than more Rathalos. Yeah. See, the thing is, Rathalos is not so bad, but it has a tendency to get to me when it's like, when there's like one player that is a little weird. Because it kind of requires everyone to be on it. Ooh.
Please, turn back, else I might be forced to.
He'll be forced to something, guys. Aren't you afraid? What could he possibly be forced to? Hey Sloth, and my name, hope you're doing well. And I'm glad to hear that, my name. Thank you so much. Hey Shaq, hope you're doing well as well. And Joshua, a lot of people suddenly came in all at once. What role are you playing this year? I'm playing tank. Say, a wolf, hope you're doing well. Whoa. My personal experience here is I think it's pretty fine, but I know that some Gunbreaker mains feel like they made it too easy. Like they took away some things that they actually liked, which is perfectly understandable. To be, you know, not a huge fan of. But one place where it's a lot nicer is exactly in less structured duties like dungeons and, you know, like not a savage fight, things like that. Which is the main place where I've been playing Gunbreaker, right? In less structured combat. It's an interesting pattern because I'd argue that Black Mage had a similar experience. That, if anything, it can be said that after Black Mage's changes, it's a lot nicer in less structured battles. I did that wrong. I remembered it was something that I could do too late, so I goofed it. I think I have a similar feeling with it here. I've kind of played enough Black Mage to like not be in the lack of timer feels weird. Like I've kind of gotten over that, but I definitely play more Black Mage simply because it's like it's something you can just bring anywhere. You can just bring it anywhere, and it just works. And if I go into a duty where like I know the fight has like janky like downtime sections and stuff, and I'm not something like Black Mage that doesn't really care, then I'm like, oh man, now I have to deal with it instead of just being Black Mage. Being able to do that many Fated Circles in a row is insane. They did not touch Fated Circle, but remember that that we don't have Fated Brand. So it's just 300 potency, not 420 like it is at higher level. This is a specifically really janky level, Cole, just to be clear. Level 88 specifically is really weird. Because you have the 3 cartridges, but not double down. That's why. Is Burst Strike even 300? It's 340. And it has hyper velocity, but there is a level range where you have Burst Strike and Fated Circle, but no hyper velocity. Which does in fact mean that Burst Strike is like barely a gain on one. Oh, whoops. Hmm. Because specifically level 88 to 89, Gunbreaker has a really, really weird rotation because they have way too many cartridges. And no double down. Do you think the changes made any room for a new tank class? No. I mean, there could be a new tank job just fine, but Gunbreaker just became more like Paladin. Which doesn't really do anything. They were already pretty similar. The fact that they are so similar actually tells me that, to some degree, as far as the development team is concerned, unless there's some major job design change with the next expansion, then they don't care. That they seem a little too similar. Excuse me, sir, the meme is all tanks are becoming warrior, not paladin. I'm sorry, I'm just telling you, if you compare my hotbars on Gunbreaker to Paladin, you'll notice that I put basically identical buttons on the same slots. Why is double down on alt 3? Well, because Convitio is on alt 3. Weird, right? Dark Knight and Warrior are converging. Paladin and Gunbreaker are converging. For no reason, but they are. He'll be after Dark Knight next. You are aware that Delirium didn't always smell like inner release, right? you do know that, right? When they reworked Dark Knight in Shadowbringers, they turned Delirium into a diet inner release.
I must hear their answers before they're expunged from existence.
They'll have room. I mean, all I'm saying is they could make a 5th tank with how they were originally. There was always space for that. Frontum says, I wish double down still costs 2. They changed it back with these changes. And it's pretty funny when I'm saying Gunbreaker had way too many cartridges. at level 88 to 89. When they made Double Down one cartridge, that just changed it from level 88 to 89 to level 88 to 100. Like, you just expanded to the whole range.
Gust and gale, gather to me. Ancient Brand, unleash your power.
Ancient Bran, unleash your power.
Dancing winds, pierce my foe. Stars on high, fall as rain.
He does kind of look like Dark Magician, yeah. A little bit. I see it. Yeah.
Streams of ether, surge as one. Dancing winds, pierce my foe. Even when transformed, but I am not finished yet. Stars on high, fall as rain.
Yeah, exactly, Taldemar. Me just see, like, glancing out of the corner of my eye, see the summoner absolutely not moving out of the line AoE coming at them. You're not healthy. Have this. Good journey. I like that. Yeah, I've heard that too, that the, like, overall, I assume it's meant to be in, like, a striking dummy context. Gunbreaker's changes is, like, roughly a 1% nerf. I have a feeling that when it comes to, like, you know, real combat where stuff gets weird, it's possible that it's not as bad. But it's really hard to calculate that. I will queue when it says 40. You know that Dark Knight can solo that boss sync? That doesn't surprise me. Cole says it's worse in real combat? Really? Oh yeah, because the flexibility afforded by Gnashing Fang is not actually real when you're playing perfectly optimal. So I pulled slightly. I stopped before the boss because I had a feeling that the healer was gonna have a heart attack. I'm radiating enmity, guys. I'm not losing my mind. This makes sense. Right, I will queue when it says 20. Did we finally run out of things that they needed tanks for? An 8-man duty. Where are we going now? Assembling an extreme party? You know, you might be right. And it's M9. Manifesting Insing Extreme. Wow. And Lichor's here. Thank you, Rust. Enjoy your evening. I'm surprised that Men's Roulette lands in heavyweight at all. Well, it is Monday. Isn't it biased towards ones with long queues? I guess not.
Will you cry out in pleasure or pain?
Feast your eyes on the lovely and lethal Fatale! Will the challenger fall prey to the cruel mistress?
Come, my pets. This is my show. I will hear you scream.
A wicked weapon. Fatale's poised to execute a fatality.
That worked, apparently. We take those? Question mark? Just randomly hit with the side of double down.
You will become a stain on this area.
I don't know why I did it like that, but here we are.
The challenger has nowhere left to run! Oh, not fast enough, I'm afraid. Oh, that must have hurt. Hang in there.
When do the heavyweight weeklies reset? On Tuesdays. Oh, right, I had a combo going. I shouldn't have done it like that.
This is just the beginning. My faithful minions, give me your ether!
It's begun! She's draining the audience of their ether.
All of you will feed me.
Van Vitel's unleashed the ether! The challenger's in her realm now. And they're down. Can they recover from this? What fighting spirit!
You are a stubborn one, but it is not too late to beg for mercy.
The spectacle of slaughter resumes! How will the challenger adapt? It's a veritable rain of death! Who knew they'd been felled with a vengeance? And they're back in action! Can they turn the tide?
Such insolence I have never known. More. I need more ether.
She's draining the crowd's ether again! I hope our dear spectators are feeling all right.
In pain lies pleasure.
She's unleashed even more ether! How will this end?
quite chaotic. Makes it surprisingly hard to do to do a structured rotation. Oh man. I hesitated. And then got snapshotted.
On your knees, damn you!
Impressive footwork on display today. It's all over. Until next time.
Whew. A cavalrist, hope you're doing well. Do you always wear the same shirt? Not always. Or rather, the same color shirt. Not always, is how I meant to say that. Not always. But on this special occasion, there's been a bit of a streak of this color shirt, right? But no, not always. Yeah, that felt like it took quite a while. I feel like the mechanics at the end looped quite many times. Say to anyone else who came in the middle of that fight, that was that required a lot of concentration. Several times I goofed my burst because I forgot that I can't do it the way, like I can't do it the cool way if I have a combo running. Anyway, I will queue when it says 04. And we'll see what as a potentially grand finale, what are we having? Is it a guild test? Is it under the armor? It's well then, it's the all community one again. Womp 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 womp. Uh-oh. What? How did that not hit me? What are the chances of that? Whoops. Order bad. Ah. Well, good thing I drank a potion right then. The fake out. You thought it was gonna be the mount, but then it was just music. Womp, womp. I did that too when I was healing it, Ilana. What are you doing with all those scales? Mainly I'm just collecting them. There are some items you can buy with them. I don't know if I'll need any of them, but I'm also just collecting them because it's funny. I think so, Agent Monica. I think it was the same party. But let's see, how was that? Let's see, 1, 2, 3... 4 Rathalos Extremes. And 1 Ultima Weapon Extreme. And then we have 1, 2, 2 high level dungeons. And 1, 2, 3 normal raids. And 1, 2, 3, 4 leveling dungeons. If we count Ifrit normal as a leveling dungeon. And 1 guild, and 2 guild tests, I think. Yes, 2 guild tests. Oh, right, that's true. The first one, it was Ilana, Monica, and Vespi. Guy secretly trying to promote from lizard to dragon. I'll say Dyson, hope you're doing well. That is correct, Andreal. Ifrit normal shows up in the leveling queue. A Snowshearer wasn't one of the ones with the Regaden tank. Yeah, hope you had a good time, Dazen. Wrist, I was making popcorn. That's pretty good. Anyway, that was 16 dungeons. With like nearly a third being extremes is pretty good. But yeah, on that note, I think we'll round off here. So, if you would like to be part of the Discord community server, there's a link right there in the chat. There you'll find the weekly schedule where you can see what else is coming up in the coming days. I usually update it Sunday or Monday. You'll also find the announcement room with links to videos and streams that are put out. And if you grab the reminder roll in the role assignments room, you'll get a notification whenever I post a video or stream. So there's an extra one around 15 minutes before stream starts. You can catch it right when we go live. And if you'd like to support me in the channel more directly, you can become a member, you can subscribe, you can follow, you can like, you can do all that goodness, you can super chat, you can cheer, all of that. If you don't like any of that, there's also the Ko-Fi link that Ardell just posted. I hope you're doing well, Ardell. That Ardell just posted right there in the chat. It all helps support me and the channel directly so I can focus on doing stuff like this with all of you. So thank you so much for the support. But that will be it from me tonight. So, good night, good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending around the world, and happy holidays, depending on whatever you celebrate. Hope you have a real good time. Bye-bye.